if you like meatballs and you like enchiladas, then let's put them together and have enchilada meatballs for dinner. Stay tuned. So here's kind of a quick preview of what you're going to need to make this recipe. I have a pound of ground beef, a little bit of Italian sausage, just to use it up from my fridge, onion powder, garlic powder, whatever you like to season your taco meat with, that's what you should use. And an egg to bind it and a little bit of cheese. So I'm just going to put all these ingredients into a bowl and mix it up and form the meatballs. First of all, though, preheat your oven to 400 because we're going to cook the meatballs first. That's the first thing. And then put it into a casserole dish. So anyway, I'm just putting the seasoning on the meat. I like to put oregano, taco seasoning, onion powder, and garlic powder. And I really like tahini, so I'm going to put a little bit of that in. It adds just a little bit of spiciness and a little bit of tang from the lime. I really like tahini. Smoked paprika for that, smoky flavor. It goes really well with cumin. Salt and pepper. I wanted to do a little extra salt. I go back in with a little bit here just to make sure we have enough seasoning on the meat. And then a little bit of cheese, about a quarter cup. It doesn't take that much. And then I'm going to throw in an egg to bind it all together and make sure those meatballs don't fall apart. Then I'll get in there with my hands, mix it all together. Try not to overmix because you don't want to have tough meatballs and, they'll become too dense. No good. So just mix it all until all the ingredients are incorporated. And get out a cookie scoop. I used a small cookie scoop. And then we'll get to scooping. So I saw this recipe on Pinterest, as always. And it looked really interesting to me because I never thought of making enchiladas into a meatball form. You just always think of, meatballs like meatballs, spaghetti meatballs, or, just meatballs in a tomato sauce. But yeah, enchilada meatballs, what a concept. So I wanted to make this for dinner tonight for my family because we love enchiladas and we love meatballs. So I thought this would be a great one to try. And I really enjoyed it. It was just like an enchilada in a meatball form, It's really good. So here they are all scooped out. This part here is not in the recipe, but I think when you're making meatballs, you really need to kind of sear the outside so that you get a little extra flavor from the brownness of the crispiness from the cooking the meatballs in a pan. And it helps to seal in the juices a little bit too, to keep them a little bit more moist. But anyway, you don't have to do this. You can just put these onto a foil-lined sheet pan and just put it into the 400-degree oven for about 25 minutes or until they're cooked through. That would be 165 degrees if you wanted to check the doneness. But I'm just searing these off really quick, and then they're going to go into the oven and finish cooking. I just had to put them in for maybe another, 5 to 10 minutes, and they were done because they started cooking, of course, with searing them first. But anyway, this is just what I wanted to do. Again, you don't have to do it this way. You can just throw them raw onto the sheet pan and bake them off in the oven first. So while the meatballs are in the oven, I got out this casserole dish, and I'm just going to dump a little bit of the enchilada sauce onto the bottom of the dish so that the meatballs don't stick. You also need enchilada sauce. I should have put that mentioned that earlier. But anyway, here I am checking the meatball doneness. Way done. They're good. So I'll take the meatballs and put them into the casserole dish. And then I'm just going to then cover them with more of the enchilada sauce. Just like this. And then I didn't mention this, but I am using Colby Jack cheese. You don't have to use Colby. You can use just Monterey. You could use sharp cheddar. Whatever you want to use is fine. And then I'm just garnishing with a little bit of green onion and parsley. And then this is going to go back into the oven just to melt all the cheeses and really warm that enchilada sauce through. And here it is, all done. And I'm serving this with a side of rice, refried beans, and some tortilla chips. And this made a really great dinner. If you want enchiladas and you don't want to have any tortillas, this is a great option. I really enjoyed it. It tasted just like enchiladas without the tortillas. I mean, you know, it was great. And I put a little bit of sour cream on mine and a little bit of hot sauce. And this was a great meal. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video this week. Bye.